In 1943, Albert Hoffman, a research chemist at Sandoz Pharmaceuticals in Switzerland, was unaware that he had encountered a new synthetic chemical he had been testing that day. The chemical was lethargic acid dithylamide, also known as LSD.
1943. War rages across Europe. In the neutral confines of Switzerland, chemist Albert Hoffman is hard at work at the Sandoz Pharmaceutical Company's Basel laboratory. While searching for a cure for migraine headaches, Hoffman accidentally ingests a minute amount of an experimental substance that would change both his life and the world. LSD-25.
LSD is a synthetically derived chemical, unlike other hallucinogens that can be natural, like mushrooms. It is derived from a parasite fungus, ergot, that grows in rye. It is usually taken orally, generally through absorption, put underneath the tongue. There is also a liquid form that is more rare. LSD closely resembles the molecular structure of serotonin. The critical factor behind LSD's hallucinogenic effects lies in the ability to stimulate a special subtype of SSRI called serotonin 2A receptors. You begin to have altered senses about 30 minutes later, seeing images with eyes closed, intermingling of your senses, perception of a multi-level reality, and exaggerated configurations of common objects.
I believe with the advent of acid, we discovered a new way to think. And it had to do with piecing together new thoughts in your mind that produced people like Bob Dylan and John Lennon and William S. Burroughs, that were using new images together in a way that jarred the mind.
In early 1965, the Beatles, John and George, with their wives, went to dinner with their dentist in England, where they had coffee unannounced to them, spiked with a little bit of LSD. This unwitting initiation into LSD would find its fulfillment the following year in Revolver, the Beatles' bravest and most innovative album. Shortly following, in 1966, San Francisco became the epicenter of a cultural and musical shift that would impact the world. Local writer Ken Kesey and his friends, the Merry Pranksters, held small musical performance with the addition of LSD to the mix.
Because LSD was legal and readily available, it did not seem like that crazy of an idea at the time. The Ken Kesey parties, which were called the acid tests, attracted so many people that they ended up merging with local dance halls. On January 8, 1966, the crowd was lucky enough to listen to the Grateful Dead as they played on a stage full of projectors and strobe lights, turning into history's first real light show experience. This was a turning point in music. The Grateful Dead, along with other bands like Jefferson Airplane, Quicksilver Messenger Service, The Doors, and Pink Floyd, all tried to make music from within the state of mind. The musician Bob Dylan also came out with new music that was said to be majestic, and people had wondered if hallucinogens had helped stimulate his surreal stream of consciousness imagery. Although this drug was popular around the music scene throughout the 60s and 70s, around the 90s the drug somewhat fell off the map and became no longer popular. That being said, with music festivals and raves becoming increasingly popular within the last several years, acid has found its way back into the music scene. Electric dance music, also known as EDM, has exploded in recent years, with global revenue reaching $6.9 billion in 2015. For fans, EDM isn't just about the music, it's about the moment. It's a sensory experience of music, lights, dancing, and often drugs. Common places where these drugs are taken are festivals such as Electric Forest, Firefly, Bonnaroo, and countless more. While the idea of taking drugs may be fun and intriguing, it is also illegal and potentially dangerous. Emergency room visits in which users reported taking LSD or MDMA more than doubled between 2004 and 2011, according to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. In 2015, at the Electric Daisy Carnival, there was 76 felony arrests, nearly all for narcotics, over the course of a 3-day event. In May 2016, a group of EDM fans created Dance Safe, a nonprofit that provides drug and safety education in the rave scene to make music festivals season less risky. Dance Safe provides on-site pill testing, where you scrape a small amount of your pill of choice onto a ceramic plate, where it can tell you what drug you're actually taking. This ensures that you are taking the drug you planned and nothing else. Overall, festivals will always have a rep of drugs coming along with them, but the important thing to know is that there's information, resources, and help to make sure you stay safe if you choose to use LSD or any other type of hallucinogen.